never fly. I like 234 charities. You can see them on my profile. Social justice.
Right. What's your name again?
Patricia.
Hey. Sorry. What's your name?
Delilah or Dolly? What's...
I'm Natasha.
Right. Yeah, okay. No, seriously though. What is this place? Why are we here? I mean, I can't remember anything. And I definitely do not remember either of you. Why can't I find a way out?
Oh my gosh, are you having a panic attack? Don't worry everybody, I know exactly what to do. I'm a mental health advocate. Just repeat after me. I breathe in happiness and I breathe out fear. Just breathe. Breathe.
Stop!
Wow, did you guys see that? I totally did it again. Now, if only I could find my phone, I could show everybody how I'm always helping people.
Alright, this isn't funny anymore. Whoever's playing this stupid trick, that's enough! Come on, let us go now!
For the last time, silence! Or you'll see firsthand what happens to those who don't follow orders. And you, no one can hear you now. Do you really think somebody's coming for you? Nobody even knows you're here. And unless you learn your place, it might just stay that way.
Wait, there's been a mistake. We're not supposed to be here. Sounds like a trick or something. This has gone too far.
Don't even try that with me. You all know very well why you're here. You, out here, now.
What? Me? What?
Quiet! Leave your things and come with me. There's somebody here to see you. Did I tell you to move? Now! The rest of you, I'd remain silent if I were you. Besides, nobody's coming for you, anyhow.
Wait, I don't know anything, I promise. Wait!
Government collapsed on August 15th, 2 years ago, after US-led forces withdrew, allowing the Taliban to take
A
over.
video of a young Dalit student being mercilessly beaten in his class recently went viral, with many calling for action to be taken. Speaking to NTV, the boy said he was beaten almost every week by his brother.
For the reason, because he was Dalit and he is very
Since then, Afghan women and girls have lost many freedoms, and there's a long list of prohibitions and policies that deprive them of fundamental human rights. Women are required to wear the burqa, covering their entire body. Those who don't comply face harsh penalties.
Education in the German Democratic Republic was a high priority for the communist government and was compulsory from age 6 to age 17.
Women are currently banned from higher education and have also been largely excluded from the job market. Of course, means a significant drop in the number of women who can earn money. Access to healthcare is another issue, particularly as women are only allowed to travel when accompanied by a so-called male guardian.
Here in Bucha, Russian soldiers stand accused of terrible war crimes. Witnesses speak of summary executions of civilians killed.
Finally, the Taliban forbid women from visiting parks, gyms, public pools, and sports clubs, making sports and exercise.
The Ukrainian government is urging international experts to come to Bucha to investigate the allegations. They hope that what happened here will be a turning point in the international response to the war.
Hello, this is... Shh! I'm sorry, who is this?
Do not tell me your name, and I cannot tell you mine. I will only tell you this information once, so listen to me very carefully. We've gotten you a permit to enter the prison.
Are you serious? I've tried everything imaginable. I thought they weren't letting anyone in from the outside.
They weren't, but they have been getting a lot of global accusations and wish to present themselves in a better light. Your false passport and documents have already been arranged. We have gotten you in as an advocate of the state.
Wait, but how can I do
Listen,
that?
you only have one shot here, and it is all riding on how well you play this part. You are a reporter sympathetic to the state. You are excited to take this job to highlight the strengths of the new judicial system, prove how effectively the prisoners have been reformed and rehabilitated, and praise the excellent conditions of the prison. Repeat this back to me so I know you understand.
Hello, I'm happy to be able to witness the excellent management of the prison and to document firsthand how effective the new regime has been at retraining people who are clearly a threat to public safety.
I think you got it. I just hope you understand the risks. These are real stories, and there are real consequences if they find you out. What you choose to do with what you see and hear is up to you.
Okay, thank you. I don't know who you girls are, but I'm ready to tell your stories. The true stories.
It is in both yours and her best interest to follow orders. Remember who is in charge now.
Yes, of course.
You have 10 minutes with her.
What's going on?
There isn't enough time. What are you wearing? Here, put this on. Quickly, though.
I don't understand.
What is wrong with you? They must be starving you. You're not thinking straight. Have they hurt you?
I don't know. I'm so confused. Please. I want to go home.
We will get through this. They may think they're winning for now, but remember where we stand and who's really in charge.
Who? Who is winning? And if someone is in charge, then they must get me out.
Shh. Here now. Get this and restore you. My soul is weary. Strengthen me with thy word. But by all means, keep this hidden. They'll kill you for sure if they find out.
No, you get that away from me. I do not want to die. I want to live. I want to go home.
Oh, my poor Kushana, what have they done to you? Shh. Remember now, I'll sing of your strength, and the mourner will sing for your love.
For you are my fortress, my refuge in times of trouble. What is this? What am I speaking? How do I know this? Please, you must take me with you. Help me figure out who I am.
Well, you must certainly never question who you are, and let no one ever take that from you. We were made for times like this, and we will persevere. Now listen quickly, we're working hard on the murder charge.
Murder? Who was murdered? No, you must release me. You must let me out. I do not understand what I am guilty of. I have no rights. Is there no one who can fight for me? Guard, please, somebody help me.
You must not fuss me. He's coming now. You stay strong. Do you hear me?
What is this noise? A woman must never raise her voice
Never.
to me.
We understand she's simply tired and forgotten. She's just a meek woman.
Of course she is. You both are. And I've seen you talk some sense into her. Now, you will put on the proper attire for a woman and begin acting so accordingly. The days of your so-called freedom are over. We have regained power and we will make this country pure again. Now, time's up.
Yes, thank you. I will return soon and continue to remind her who she is. For she, Kushana, must never forget.
class territory ends, and this is where the upper class territory begins. There is very little interaction between the two.
A specter is haunting Europe, the specter of communism. All the powers of old Europe have entered into a holy alliance to exorcise this specter.
Those from the lowest class are called bandits. Seen as impure, they're considered untouchables by upper class.
Anyone who tried to escape was arrested or shot. Criticizing the regime could land you in jail, where the conditions for political prisoners were notorious.
Every day they're finding more bodies in Bucha, a suburb of the capital Kyiv, and in the surrounding towns.
Last month, the Taliban banned women from attending university. They've also been barred from secondary education and some government jobs.
To protect our great state and institute a sense of oneness across all schools, please observe the following new guidelines for your students. Our students will no longer be taught nursery rhymes. Instead, they will be taught songs such as I Want to Be a Volksblitz and GDR Policeman. We will no longer teach individualism. Instead, we will teach oneness. Our new students will not be drawing animals using their imagination. Instead, they will draw armed border guards.
But sir, I do not understand why all of our children should have the same thoughts.
One people, one mind, and to question the curriculum is to question the state. Need I remind you that those who do not comply with this new way of thinking will be removed from their position now. Repeat.
We will no longer sing nursery rhymes. We will discourage individualism and encourage group thinking. We do not need imagination. We need oneness.
Good. I will return in a week to observe your progress.
Elena, we've got to go. The Russian soldiers, they're after us. I told your father and brother not to protest, but they could not keep quiet. They've gone too far this time. No matter what they tell you, tell them nothing. Do you hear me? Tell the soldiers nothing.
There you are. Maybe this will teach them. Russia will not allow war criminals to go unpunished.
What? My father is not a war criminal. Tata!
Silence! Hold your tongue if you wish to see your father again. You'll be taken to Taganrog.
Wait, she didn't do anything! Papa!
What do you think you are doing? How dare you touch this well?
Please, sir. I didn't know. I haven't had anything to drink all day. I can barely breathe.
You're unclean! You have made this drinking water impure! You come anywhere near her again, and your punishment will be much, much worse!
Help! Please help! I've angered him and I don't know what to do. Shauna, please help! No! Please stop! Please! Calm down, please! Azur, stop! He's killing me!
the infamous Stasi prison in East Germany. It was where they put political prisoners in this country. In effect, Germans were imprisoning other Germans because they were resisting communist rule. And this place was still going when the wall came down. It was, for people who lived in this country, a sight of great horror because they knew if they tried to escape or if they pushed back against the regime, this is where they'd end up. As an example of what happens when there is political tyranny in one country.
What was that? Did you also see? Where did this come from?
What am I wearing? This is so not my style.
I think that's the least of our worries. Unclean. Why did you say that? How am I unclean? I don't understand. Did you guys hear that?
What? No, but I think I was just accused of being a war criminal. No, not me, but I feel like it was my father and my brother and my grandmother. They took my grandmother. Where'd they take her? What are you talking about? We're all right here. No one was taken away.
Tell me, are you okay? What did you see?
What did I do to him? God forgive me. I didn't mean to. It wasn't me. What did I do?
What did you see?
He wouldn't stop. He just wouldn't stop. I tried. I didn't know what to do. What was I supposed to do? He wouldn't stop me. He was killing her. What did I do?
Slow down. Just listen. You've been here with us this whole time. We're going to figure this out.
But I know that I have done something terrible. What did I do?
What? The next one of you who raises her voice to me will be sent to solitary for a week. Ada, Milena, come with me. You are required for questioning. I said, Ada, Milena, now.
Deliberate reward makes it difficult to understand the horror stories of being treated unjust. And sometimes it takes a crisis or real-world encounter to wake us up or to get our attention. But once you walk with the persecuted, you walk in their shoes, the injustice is hard to ignore. So I wonder, are we really walking with them?
Dear Gisela, I am writing to you from within the walls of prison. Nobody knows I am here, and I fear no one will ever come to get me. Me, a worthless untouchable. The prison is dark, extremely hot, and holds little hope. But the thoughts of you, of the few days I spent with you, keeps me alive. I remember it well, being dropped off at camp by my mother, provided with new clothing, a hot meal, surrounded by smiles, and most of all, love. Those few days at your mission camp changed my life. You didn't care who I was, or about my caste, or what I looked like. You just wrapped your arms around me and simply loved me. I know you are back in America, and probably don't remember me amongst the thousands of lost untouchables you have met. But I remember you. Your mission trip changed my life, and I am forever thankful to you. Please don't forget about us now that you've returned home. I realize you will never receive this letter. But writing down these memories, seeing your name on paper, revives me in ways you could never imagine. With hope, Ashana.
Caste represents one of the more ancient, if you will, forms of division, dating more than 3,000 years in what we now know as the subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka to some degree, and Nepal, as a way of determining who did what. You have four main castes. You have the priestly caste, you have a warrior caste, you have a business caste, and then you have a peasant caste. Beneath that is another caste, outcast, called the Dabbins, untouchables. But they are the people who clean sewers, they clean the garbage, they basically clean up after other people. They're considered impure. When I first heard the term untouchable, I was amazed, even in the context of America's racial history and its racist dynamics, to hear people referred to as untouchable.
Yes, do not worry, we'll fight for this somehow. I'll fight for you, Kushana, even when no one will. I know all too well what you have been through.
You should know better than this. Where is your mahram? Your male guardian should never let you out of the house without your hijab. You will pay for this.
My neighbor threw his shoe at me in my own backyard, a form of punishment for not covering my head. The hospital would not treat me as a form of punishment for my actions. The wound has never healed properly.
Taliban officials announced that women and girls would be expected to stay home, and if they are to venture out, to cover in all-encompassing loose clothing that only reveals their eyes, preferably a burqa.
Offense number 2!
I followed the rules. I had my mahram, my brother, come with me to the market. But it's so hard to remember all the rules all the time. I was publicly flogged, 100 lashes in front of a mob full of people for not wearing it.
The fate of women in Afghanistan is infamous and intolerable. The burqa that imprisons them is a cloth prison, but it is above all a moral prison. The torture imposed on little girls who dare to show their ankles or the polished nails is appalling. It is unacceptable and insupportable. King Mohammed VI of Morocco.
Offense number 3!
I was sick. It had been 2 days and my fever was getting worse. With no family member around and becoming delirious, I had no choice but to find my way to the hospital.
As she approached the market, she was spotted by a teenage Taliban guard who tried to stop her. Intent on saving her life, she ignored him, hoping that he would ignore her. He didn't. Instead, he raised his weapon and shot her repeatedly. She fell to the ground. She survived because bystanders in the market intervened to save her. The young Taliban guard was unrepentant, fully supported by the regime. The woman should not have been out alone, he said. They imprisoned her for 18 months.
Guilty!
Yes, I'll fight for you, Kushana, and all the women in Afghanistan, for I know all too well what you have been through.
So I see here you're the new reporter. Can't imagine why they would send a woman in for such a valuable task.
Yes, so it is a valuable task. One where I have the glorious opportunity to document our honorable judicial system.
And what are your qualifications for a job such as this?
Well, I was the first to report on the truth in the Berlin Wall. I saw how the regime restored honor to the state by re-educating the common people, reminding them they belong solely to the state. I saw order and obedience restored, an action that was desperately needed.
But what do you say to our state? How do I know you are loyal to the government, and how do I know you will print the truth?
I belong to the state, sir. I know that the government has my best interests at heart and will direct me wisely. I belong to the state and not myself.
I still say a woman has no place for a task such as this, but I am under orders to let you proceed. You will have 15 minutes with the women.
15 minutes? That's not enough time to fully understand the wicked Shinny. 15 minutes is all the time I need to gather information.
Good.
How will I do this? How am I supposed to be the voice of the forgotten, the tortured? These voices cage souls who desperately need a voice. And what will the cost be to all of us? I will remember it is the cause, not the death, that makes the model. Though voices will not be hidden.
Sit! Remember, 15 minutes, that's it. And you are here to bear witness to the power and sovereignty of our great nation. The government has issued you these interviews, and you should feel a great sense of appreciation to share how the government has reshaped and reformed you into better versions of yourselves, and has shown you the truth.
Yes, so thank you. Let's start with the basics. My name is Theodora, and I am overwhelmed with gratitude for the state for choosing me for this great assignment. Please start by telling me your names.
Natasha.
You will comply, or you will skip your meal tonight.
Oh my God! You're sick in Ukraine, correct? Your name is Milena Bordo. How long have you been here, Milena?
It was right after the protests when they took my father and my brother. Ever since the war started, people have been disappearing from my city. No one knows where. They're just gone. I was with Baba, but we were separated too. It's been 8 months. How do I know this?
It's okay. Please tell me your charges.
They're punishing my father. I think I've heard of children being taken when their parents disagree with the government. It's supposed to make their family behave. People are in prison daily for what they call war crimes. I don't even know if my father knows where I am. I haven't heard anything from any of my family.
It's okay.
Your father will learn quickly not to challenge the authority of the Russian government. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. You have 9 minutes.
Quick, I have no time to explain, but I'm on your side. But please answer my questions, but do not let on that I told you this information. 8 o'clock, it says here you are a teacher before the Communist Party took over in East Germany. Please tell me what the charges are against you all.
I used to think that Nuke was better, changes from past generations, bigots and prudes, and narrow-minded thinkers. But I was a kindergarten teacher when the Communist Party took over East Germany. They handed me a stack of curriculum, said that it was communist approved. They wanted to start young. I couldn't let kids use their imagination. They tore down my students' artwork. They even took the stalls off the bathroom doors. There was no privacy. They said that it was for the best to promote oneness, but I couldn't do it to the kids.
So you were arrested?
They sent me here for reconditioning. They keep showing me videos and giving me reading materials to correct my thinking, but I can't do it. I don't even know who I am.
You are a teacher and I am a daughter. Neither of us should be here. Neither of us has committed a crime or done anything wrong. In fact, you stood up for what was right, trying to protect your children. But looking around me, I think we're a long way from the freedoms we're used to experiencing.
Time's up! I hope you've gotten enough information.
Yes, I have seen how your system has impacted these women. Truth is powerful. And thank you for letting me see into this new center of reform.
To yourself!
Well, how will these women survive this? Behind bars, far from our busy lives, they are unseen, unnoticed. And when you're noticed, who will fight for you? And how will they fight for themselves against an unjust system? I don't know how, but I will get people to see. You will not be forgotten.
It's okay. I didn't mean to startle you. I just wanted to see if you were okay.
I'm horrible, unworthy. I've committed the worst sin and I don't even remember doing it. Surely he will send me to hell. Surely God will send me there. If this is not it already, is this my punishment?
Slow down. Just relax. Here, this always helps me. Place one hand on your heart and let me hold the other. Good. Now close your eyes. Feel your breath, your heartbeat. Now think of your favorite place. Mine is my mother's kitchen. What's yours? Good, go on.
Well, I see my friend. We're at recess. The warmth of the sun, the grass, the sun in my eyes. I love being outside.
Good. Now slowly open your eyes. See, we are outside. The sun is shining and I am here with you. Now how about we talk this through?
I'd like that. But I'm scared though. It feels like every second I am becoming closer and closer to a woman that I am not. I mean, me, a teenage girl, would never murder someone, but I remember doing it. Kind of. It's all such a blur.
I understand I too am becoming something other than myself. It's like we're walking in the shoes, the lives of another woman.
But she is so much stronger than I. Look what she did.
What did she do?
Well, I think I remember another woman, another wife, and he, that violent man, our husband. He began to beat her. He was choking her. He was gonna kill her. She was already covered in bruises from previous beatings. What was I supposed to do? I stopped him. He would have killed her. I had to save her, but at what cost? See, I will pay for this. I have angered God and he is now punishing me.
I do not think our God is like that, and nor does Kashana. Her strength lies within a faith that is covered in grace, not fear.
Maybe. Actually, yes, she is like that, and I wish I was like that too. I feel this strange sort of peace. not usually with me, and I know that it is because of her. She is so much stronger than I, and she has endured so much. I want to be like that. But what about you? Why do you think you're here?
I think I drank from a well. I wasn't supposed to. But I was so tired and thirsty. I think I knew I wasn't supposed to. I can remember how cool the water was. But there was this man who was working near the well. And he saw me. He yelled at me, called me impure, told me I was of the lowest class and untouchable, and I had tainted the water. He beat me again and again until I lost consciousness. I woke up here and was told nobody would comfort me because of my caste.
It's unjust. How can you not drink from the same well? And me? What about self-defense? Where are the laws for these women who will fight for us?
For me? Nobody, but for you, you have an advocate, and the others a reporter.
Will tell lies. No one would ever stand up to that guard or this corrupt government. People are silenced in here. We have no rights. And the others, if they don't follow orders, the government will silence them. We have to fight this, but how? Wait, here. This was smuggled into me. It's illegal to read this in here, but look, something's bookmarked. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uplift you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. Why would they try and silence such good? Somehow she believes in this, that he will give us strength and that we do not have to be afraid.
I think you're much stronger than you realize.
I feel it, a little, but mostly because of her. Listen, I don't understand what's going on, but I think that we, all of us, have to step into these women's shoes. I'm scared of them. What are they gonna do to us?
Time will only tell, but we cannot fall apart. They aren't. These women live with no voice, no freedoms. Let's let them teach us, okay? Let's take on their strengths, no matter what lies ahead. And look, the sun is warm and upon us. Our God is with us, not against us.
Features of the communist society include the following: centralization of power in the hands of the Communist Party. The government owns all businesses and properties. Collectivization of agriculture. Everything is owned by the whole and not the individual. The state has control of the media and education. Suppression of religious beliefs. No freedom of speech.
All men are born and remain free and equal in rights, which are specified as the rights to liberty, private property, inviolability of the person, and resistance to oppression.
The government has suppressed the rights of speech, press, and assembly. The government licenses newspapers, other media, and even churches in order to control them. The practice of religion is discouraged.
5 freedoms are guaranteed to every citizen: speech, religion, press, assembly, and the right to petition the government.
All men are not created equal.
All men are created equal.
I pledge to fight for communism throughout my life. I will uphold party values, carry out party members' duties, and carry out party decisions. I will strictly observe and enforce party discipline. I will guard party secrets, be loyal to the party, and I will fight for my life and live for the good of the party and the people. And I will never betray the party. Thus, I live to serve, and I shall complete my purpose. Thus, I live to serve, and I shall complete my purpose.
I always wanted to be a journalist.
I was 15 when I got locked up in Afghanistan.
I wanted to hear about people and learn their stories.
I was treated unfairly. I had no voice.
To be the voice of the people was an honor for me.
But now they need me to be their voice.
But so much disinformation and so much censorship in the media, the truth is hard to find.
The truth is nobody would listen.
I don't know how, but I will get people to listen to the truth. It's not pretty, in fact, it's the horror story of what these women are going through. But I'm not afraid. I have seen my share in this bloody fight.
Well, I will still fight for them even when no one wants to listen. Why?
Because it is the right thing to do.
March 3rd, 2022. Technicians were out fixing down power lines, families were out buying groceries. The silence was punctured just before 1 p.m. when a convoy of Russian vehicles arrived on Yelonska Street. As Russian forces pushed on towards the capital of Kiev, citizens of Bucha took shelter in their basements, becoming prisoners in their own homes. Others decided to flee. Mikhaili Kovalenko, age 61. Mikhaili was attempting to flee by car with his wife and daughter when Russian forces started shooting at them. He pressed on the brakes and got out of the car with his hands in the air. But the shooting didn't stop.
He didn't even have time to put his arms down, his wife recalled. A bullet pierced her leg while she ran away with her daughter.
Taras Panamash, age 49, was a cobbler in Buka. When the war started, he sent his mother to safety, promising that he would follow behind her.
As he was leaving Buka, Taras called his boss with an update. I just passed the checkpoint. I'm good. That was the last time anyone heard from him.
As Russian forces reached the critical intersection on Yablinska Street, they attempted to secure it by aiming their armored vehicles' barrels forward. Anyone who crossed the street was a target.
Irina Filkina, age 52, spent the first 9 nights of the war cooking for her colleagues and taking care of the plants at the retail store where she worked. March 5th, she decided to bike home. Nothing will happen to me. I am a woman, she told her coworkers.
As soon as she turned the corner onto Yablinska Street, she was shot and killed. These victims are among the 400 Ukrainians who were killed in Buka during Russia's nearly month-long occupation in March of 2022.
Mothers, fathers, children, and grandparents. Their lives all intertwined by the same tragic fate. Russia continues to wage war on cities and towns across the country. Anyone who dares rise against them will pay. My family doesn't stand a chance.
Hey, Natasha, calm. Peace. Rest assured that we will be okay.
We will be okay only if only we go along with their distorted ways, which I will not do. For the sake of our children, I will not fill them with lies and propaganda.
Which is exactly what my father and my brother refused to do. Now look where that's gotten us.
If only we kept our mouths shut. Never. I do not regret what I did. I saved a life.
They do not see it that way. You will pay, we all will, that's why we're here.
I do not regret what I did, and I will pay the consequences. It's the right thing to do.
It has just been stated that you will go to trial tomorrow morning. I would get a good night's rest if I were you. This may be the last time you do so. And Ashana, you will remain here tomorrow.
I will? Have I been forgiven and will I finally be released?
You have been forgotten. Untouchable, stand no trial. Guilty! The rest of you will be ready to go promptly in the morning.
Forgotten. I've been forgotten and found guilty.
defendants, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury.
Only Taliban-approved lawyers may work in Afghanistan. All others will not be allowed to practice.
The accused shall be informed of the cause and nature of the accusations against him, to be confronted by the witnesses against him.
East Germany show trials, in which the guilt of the defendant has already been decided. These serve as a warning to other would-be transgressors.
The accused shall have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, to have the assistance of counsel for his defense.
Acceptable forms of punishment for the accused: suffocations, beatings, torture, kidnapping family members, public execution.
All men are created free and equal.
All men are not created free and equal.
Excessive force, tear gas, and fatal beatings with rare convictions. Police brutality in India is a stark reality. Since the start of 2019, at least 194 people died in police custody in India. But the conflict dates back much further.
The accusations against the accused are as follows. Prisoner number 659, enemy of the state. Prisoner number 283, war crimes. Prisoner number 305, murder. Prisoner number 659. After your year-long reconditioning, are you now prepared to teach according to the communist beliefs and practices?
I tell the truth when I say that there was nothing in my conduct or teaching that was illegal or harmful to these children, sir.
To go against the state is harming the children. You will teach the mandated teachings, or you will not be allowed to teach or return to your home.
I do not teach what I do not believe, and I do not believe in raising mindless children. I will teach them to think for themselves.
The prisoner will be transferred to Stasi prison to undergo intensive reconditioning and face punishment for crimes against the state.
Prisoner number 283. Your father and your brother have been reported by several eyewitness accounts of blackmail, collusion with extremist terrorist groups, and attempting to overthrow the government.
What? None of my family has committed any of those crimes. We are peaceful citizens.
We have several witness statements to support these accusations.
But they're lies. What of the evidence? Don't you need proof?
These witness accounts are credible. Their word is proof. You will be deported by Russian authorities as your father and brother await their sentence.
Wait, no, wait, please, no, what is this? Please.
Prisoner number 305. The accusation stands against you as follows. That you knowingly struck your husband with the intent to kill, resulting in his death.
No! I was only stopping him from beating his other wife. I didn't.
You had no right to stop him from doing his duty to keep his wife in line. The Taliban fully backs his actions.
But Judge, sir, you don't understand. He was killing her.
You are hereby charged with murder. There will be no trial. Your guilt has been decided. Do you have anything else you wish to say?
Do not fear those who wish to kill your body. They cannot touch your soul. Fear only God.
Prisoner 305, you are sentenced to a public hanging for your crime, an example the other women will not easily forget.
I hope that they will not forget, but I am not afraid, for to live is Christ and to die is gain.
Enough! These sentences will be carried out immediately for the good of the state.
Wait, do not forget who you are. They cannot take that from you.
On Friday morning, 7 a.m., 4 innocent women were sentenced to brutal punishment for unjust accusations. There was no law's effort to defend them, and there was no fair trial. One, a young daughter who was abducted and tortured for false accusations against her family. The second, a teacher who did not bend to a false education. The third, an abused wife with no voice and no rights who took action and stopped her husband from murdering another woman. And the fourth, an untouchable, who was never even brought before to see joy and will disappear with no record of her story. Will the truth come out, or will it be forgotten? Would this be the story you hear, or will you see what the government-censored media wants you to see? Would the truth die with them?
Intelligence officers started banging on her door. The women's rights activist filmed the ordeal on her phone, broadcasting to the world as she begged for help. We met Paryani at a safe house as she tells us how she and her 3 sisters were arrested that January night.
The only weapon I had was my camera. I knew I had to speak out, despite how dangerous the situation was. I did it so that I could show the world what the Taliban are really like, what kind of group they are, and how they seek to forcefully silence women. Cruelly. They treated me disgracefully. They tortured me, using cables, pipes, and whips. As they were torturing me, they would record it. It was a terrifying experience.
Paryani says she was arrested because the Taliban thought she was organizing protests around the country against the things.
Since my experience, I still don't fully understand what happened. Was it a dream? Yet it felt so real. A few weeks after the trial, I was in the park and I saw a girl. I recognized her instantly. Being sentenced to a public hanging is kind of hard to forget. I didn't approach her. I was afraid that somehow if I did, it would take us back to that time. She began to write. Her memories made me so thankful.
Walking into this experience, or dare I say nightmare, has changed my view on a lot of things. I no longer let anxiety control me or rob me of a full life. Kushana taught me that. She taught me about strength, where to find it, and how to step into it. I feel privileged to live in America. The freedoms we have, I will never take for granted again. To be able to go outside as a woman without a chaperone, or to attend school, or to practice my religious freedoms. I now understand the importance of my faith and my relationship with God, and the freedom that I have in America to live that out. Kushana's story changed me. I wonder about the other girls. Did these stories of hidden injustice change them too?
Social justice, that's right. XOXO Petty B agrees with everyone. Reporter flees for her life after reporting the truth. Content's been taken down, censored, but I know her, I know the truth.
With so much disinformation, with so much censorship in the media, the truth, it's hard to find.
But that way of thinking was in Germany. We don't censor things in America.
Follow along and think like all others. Agree.
One people, one mind. To question anything is to question the state.
Follow along and think like all others. Agree.
I have the right to think for myself. I don't have to think what everyone thinks. And I have a lot of thinking for myself to do.
I've been thinking a lot since my experience. I wonder how many more untouchables are out there. After all this happened, I just couldn't shake it. Like, all of a sudden, there was this ache in me that I couldn't get away from. All the issues in my life felt so small. And I can't sit here now without being thankful for the freedoms that I have. And I've done some research. Found out there are millions of lost untouchables with stories just like hers. So I'm going to do what I can. Start up a program to raise people who will walk alongside the Dalits. Provide resources and show love to those who are outcast in India. They won't stay hidden anymore. I see them.
5 freedoms are guaranteed to all citizens of the United States. Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion. Freedom of press. Freedom of assembly. And the right to petition the government. My experience has given me a new sight. I used to see the Ukrainian flag on people's houses all the time, but I never fully understood the meaning. Everybody on social media was always posting about standing with Ukraine. Sure, I posted that too, but was I really standing with anyone? I honestly think I was just reposting what everybody else was saying. But what I saw as Milena, I now understand the horrors of war, just a little bit better, of the injustice of what the persecuted are going through.
How precious are our freedoms.
How easily they can be taken away.
Breaking news. Unresolved fate of activists following Taliban arrests sparks concern. Anusha, an ardent Afghanistan's women's rights activist and popular YouTuber, has been taken into custody by the Taliban. She has taken part and organized numerous peaceful protests against the Taliban's policies that violate women's rights, and has visited women wrongly accused in prison. She has not been heard of since August, and no information about her whereabouts or well-being has been issued by the Taliban.
Anusha, I was worthy enough for you to become a martyr. Thank you.
For this eye-opening experience.
For speaking up for our freedoms.
For knowing what it may cost you and choosing to help anyway.
For reminding me of the freedoms that I have. They may be messy and they're definitely not perfect, but I'm not gonna complain anymore. I'm grateful, truly. So many would die for the freedoms that we have, and so many do die for the freedoms that we have. I'm not gonna take that for granted. I hope that others will wake up just as I did, so that these stories of injustice can be brought into the light, so that we will not become blind to what is going on around us, but can continue to fight for these freedoms that we are so blessed to have. Yes, their stories will become our song.